Game face on, we locked in deep. Welcome to the grind, team no sleep. James talk stats, Montel bring heat. Heather on the mic, whole crew on beat. Clock don't stop, we run these plays. Hustle in the blood, do it 365 days. From the tip, all face, down to the last inch. Pressure on max, we don't never ever flinch.
Man, listen, I ain't gonna lie. That's hot. Come on, I'm gonna listen. I can have this show by myself if y'all don't want to
He pat his
contribute.
own self on the back.
I'm gonna take these wins. You know, I take enough L's. I'm gonna take these W's too once
There
in a
you
while.
go. You're supposed to. You're supposed
My
to. For
goodness,
sure.
man. Okay, that means we official, brother. Because one the kickoff there, and we got senior in the building watching. Appreciate you. Always good to see your parents when you can, right? Got to see Dad twice today.
Absolutely.
You know, he didn't even ask me for any money. Came by, didn't even ask me for any money. So that's what's up.
That's a good thing right there. Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Pops just wanted to see your glow, brother.
You
He
know
wanted to
what
see your
I'm saying?
aura.
Well,
That's all.
just
He wanted
wanted to
rock
see
with
the
your aura.
salt in the beard. That's what it was. That's
Yeah,
what
you
it
got
was.
a little bit extra.
Okay.
Yeah, you.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you got a little extra.
There we go.
More than the pepper, brother.
He's starting
more than the
early.
pepper.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's more than the pepper.
I'm seasoned. I was
There you go.
telling HC, you know, I am Morgan Freeman, and I am,
Man.
you know, get off my lawn type of guy. Marvin Stark is in the building. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you for being here. I don't know if you at work. Don't know if you on the bike. Hopefully you're not on the bike doing anything. You know, you pulled over. Tell your friends to tune in Team No Sleep. HC, how you living?
Absolutely.
Oh, life is good. No complaints. Can't believe we're headed into April. Thinking of some good April Fool's jokes for next week.
All I'm thinking about is tax day, and she's thinking about jokes.
Yeah.
Dang, man, I need to get my priorities in line.
Yeah, mine's gonna be Operation Push Out for a little bit. I need that extension this year. See what's going on. Operation Extensions, but we're gonna see what's happening though.
See, I ain't gonna put your business out in the street. I just mean the Allens, you know, they got a couple of commas in the returns, huh? Okay, Montel.
Yeah, no, couple of commas we owe.
I believe it. I know.
Gotta make sure we good. But no, otherwise, man, everybody bless them, man. Like she said, we're getting ready to go into April, which is great.
Yeah,
got a lot of good fans out there, new fans. I mean,
look at that Hector
we started to get a really
consistent.
we're getting a really consistent fan base. So really appreciate everybody out there that watches the show and comments. You know, HC brings a whole different dynamic for us, so which is great.
Listen, she done came in with suggestions and everything, right?
Yeah,
got us showing up on time. Got us showing up
doing our thing, and I think we're just gonna continue to like bring you those hard hitting stories.
Yeah,
continue to get stronger and stronger as our fan base goes, and then that's ready to rock and roll.
Let's do that. So you say hard hitting stories, and unfortunately, this has been kind of a light week. When I sent y'all the stories earlier today, and I was like, man, it's really, we kind of lighten the tail. But there's a few things that we can do our thing and go down the rabbit hole on for sure. Let's do one story first, and then we'll get into HC. We'll get into the segment that we want to do with you. But I definitely want to go with a social impacting story first to start off with. I don't know where anybody feels about this, but, you know, your favorite sport, NFL. One of my favorite players in the NFL, Puka Nacua. He got some things going on. We're not gonna say he's guilty. We're not gonna say he's not guilty. We're just gonna say there's allegations and there's some things that's going on. He was at an event. I believe it was back in December. It was a New Year's Eve party, and there is allegations that Puka was saying some things about Jewish people, F the Jews, at the party, then messed around and apparently bit somebody. There's actually some pictures that were sent to the police that say Puka bit somebody. So drunken, disorderly, anti-Semitic type of behavior. The problem with this, not even the challenge, the problem with this is that Puka has done this before. He's made some anti-Semitic statements before on a podcast. He's apologized for it, but already a minority in and of himself, right? He's down in Southern California. Everyone's looking at him, a melting pot of the entire United States. Man, when you start putting the things together, you just wonder: is this really something that he's saying? Is this something that he feels? You know how he feels. What's your guys' thoughts when you see this story about Puka making these anti-Semitic statements? Go ahead,
Go
AC.
ahead.
I'll let you go.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you go.
Oh, I mean, we'll just say he should be benched for the first 16 games, and that's like it. As like a Niner fan, that's what I
Putting
want to
it
see.
mildly. Oh my goodness, putting it mild. The first how
No,
many? 16. Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding. No, I mean, so there are allegations right now. They have to be proven. Obviously, it's a horrible story to hear. You hope that it's not true, right? Like that's horrible. You hope the woman, I think her name is, I don't remember her name, but I hope she's not lying. I heard conflicting accounts from people that were there the New Year's Eve night that were sober that said he didn't make these comments. The timing of it is weird. It's like right after Jeff, I can never pronounce his name. JSN just got his big, massive contract, 4-year deal at Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
So it raised the bar
Mhm.
for wide receivers. And
Yep.
so the timing of it's a little funny. I just and maybe it's not just I mean she claimed the Jewish thing and maybe that's because that's already out there. I need more evidence before I'm going to jump on and say he's guilty. And then obviously as we learned from the Dodgers former pitcher, the woman who had, I think her name was Lindsay, submitted photos of like black eyes
Yeah.
and different things, and that
Yeah.
turned out to be false. So
Yeah.
again, I take it with a grain of salt and I wait for more evidence.
Yeah. I'm just disappointed that it, because Puka seems to have been he's mildly really quiet guy in the league. He's not really a big pulverizing personality. He just goes out there and works hard and practices his craft and does very, very well at it. I don't know. Like you said, I need more information before I jump on it. If he is guilty of what he did, the severity of it. I mean, we always talk about it, James, money grabs, right?
Yeah.
Like again, like Heather said, why it's suspicious the timing. Why now? Why now you're bringing it out? Because Puka's getting ready to he's going to get paid. He's about to get paid right now. So you're jumping on it right now because you know he's about to sign this contract, a massive contract, probably right after the draft and get paid, and now you can get some of that money. And what's going on? It's just so many holes in the story. So many holes in the story. Now she's a victim, obviously. Puka's lawyer is going to be able to figure it out and deal with what's going on. As far as the anti-Semitic comments, you do it once, you apologize, and I want to know the time he did it on that podcast and reframe to this story, like and reframe to
Mm.
them when this happened, because he might have made an anti-Semitic comment. He might not have thought it was offensive, and I think that's what he apologized. He didn't know he was saying something that was really offensive to Jewish people when he said it, or whatever he was having.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is the same frame, and then he apologized after, and this is something that was kind of in his rearview mirror. He's already did it, and he's already apologized. He's not saying those things anymore, so he's kind of hard to move forward. Or did he do the podcast, say it? It's been a minute, and then he comes in and does this
I hear
again,
you.
right?
I hear you.
So
I got so it wasn't anything he said. So here it is on the screen. In December, Nakua issued a statement apologizing for performing a gesture on an internet live screen that is anti-Semitic in nature and perpetuated harmful stereotypes against Jewish people. So he made a sign with his hand or whatever the case may be and apologized for it. Right? Yeah. So
okay. Well, he was banging on Jews. Okay,
yeah,
I didn't even know there was a hand sign, but okay. Go ahead, Heather.
I think he did a dance. I want to say like his friends had him do a dance, almost like a money dance type of a thing. And then I think the comment from the lady this time is saying that he said like F all the Jews, like pretty direct.
Yeah.
So she made sure, I mean, whether it's true or not, it could be very true, and then that's awful. Then I mean,
Yeah,
but
I agree with you. If he's a repeat offender, then I think something should be done, right? Especially from the NFL because they can't condone that kind of behavior. It just seems really out of character from what we know, right, of his public persona.
That's why I wanted
That
to go
seems
with it,
very out
right?
of
It
character.
just seemed like he's not that type of cat. Hey, Ashley, we see you. I'm gonna give you a shout out. Ashley Williams is in the building. We see you, my friend. Appreciate you for being here. But just so out of character. I mean, again, folks are asking, do we think he's one of the best wide receivers in the league? He's not a
Yes.
whiteout. Is he a whiteout? Yeah, he's whiteout.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is
Yeah.
one of
Yeah.
the best, and
Mhm.
because of that, he's got so many kids watching him. Forget us, forget
Mhm.
the adults, forget the old folks, right? And so that's
Mhm.
why I wanted to lean into this story. He's very influential with our youth, and man, again, you did something one time, now you mess around and maybe did something again. I showed the image of what is being classified as it might be the bite marks. Man, you over here biting
Yeah.
people too? Come on, Puka. Let's
Yeah. It just that just seems out of character. Go ahead, Heather. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say my understanding also was that his attorney said that she and or her friend, who also claims she was bit on the finger, reached out and said that they wanted like millions of dollars or they would release the story to the public. So that almost feels like blackmail in and of
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, I don't know. I mean, all the way around, it's ugly. We never want to see these stories, but here we are.
But like we're in that time and age, right? Athletes have to be careful in anything. Athletes and entertainers have to be careful in everything they say and what they do because everybody's so sue happy, right? Everyone's sue happy.
Yeah.
Um, so I find it very hard to believe a man of his stature and his size bites a woman on the back of her shoulder. Like there's no, your natural instinct ain't to bite someone; it's to push somebody, punch somebody, slap somebody, do something like that. But to bite. Mm. And I know you said, do we really know the character? I'm just saying by the public persona, what I've seen of him. I don't know him personally, but
Yeah, okay, you said
the
he
public
Mike
persona,
Tyson somebody,
yeah,
man. Look
yeah.
at that. Oh my
But the public
God.
persona of Puka is
Sorry.
he's very quiet on the camera, right?
Yeah.
He's very quiet. He doesn't really, he's not, even in the I thought in the one podcast, he wasn't doing a lot of it talking. It was the people he was with, his crew, his brothers, and I think his family that was with him that was doing most of the talking and all that stuff in the podcast that he had. So I don't know, man. It just seems really odd, odd timing because he's about to come into a big contract, odd situation, and then now we're trying to tie it into where he made a mistaken dance or gesture on a podcast that was offensive to anti-Semitic. To now he all of a sudden said "F Jews." It seems like a really big far stretch, but I don't know. Like we said, we just gotta wait till the story kind of
It's
develops
it's
to see
a
what's
it's a
going on.
distraction, right? Again,
Yeah,
that's coming
Yeah.
up, and so much is already happening just around the league and of itself. Right now the league
well,
is trying to talk about
this is gonna affect his money. Let's be honest with you. This
that's where I
affects
was
the
going,
money.
right? This is
There's character things all drawn up in these contracts, especially for high profile athletes. Now, your character has to show. So this could possibly affect his money. I would not doubt that with this coming out, that the Rams put a stipulation in this contract about character or things that are disgraceful to him or disgraceful to the team and organization. So I
mm,
don't know, man. I mean, now
Yeah.
go ahead, Arthur. Yeah, go
the
comment.
quiet ones are the ones
Oh
that
no, I
watch
was gonna
though.
say I think that the hearing is coming up like mid-April, April 14th, 15th, something like that. I kind of, as a Niner fan, hope they push it to December. Just sit them out until then.
Heather said 16
The thing is,
games.
it's right before
She
the
didn't say
draft,
like
though.
she didn't say
But
preseason.
you got to think it's right before the draft, right? The draft is coming up. You have all these things there. So now, and he's going into his last year where they're going to up him,
hmm
negotiating the money. Obviously, if you sign him for less, you could draft higher and draft someone you want and make sure you pay them the right way. If he gets the money that he's supposedly deserving right now, it puts them more in a cap bind, right? So it's just the timing is really really strange to me. If this happened way back in New Year's, we're 90 days out. 90. Why is it taking us so long? Because if someone bit me and assaulted me like that, I'm screaming to the police right now. Hold
Sorry,
on.
these comments are funny.
These
Yeah.
comments is off the
It
hook
could be a
tonight.
fetish. It's a fetish. I don't know. Yeah.
We don't know, right? Again,
Right.
I don't hang with Puka. I just he's on one of my fantasy leagues every once in a
Hey, I'm
while.
gonna tell you right now though, that picture look like he a shark if he did
Hey.
bite her because he got all kind of teeth in him. He need to go to the dentist. That's too many teeth
You know
prints
what
on
I'm
her back.
Oh my God, what is going on? Puka, we praying for you, brother. Golly,
Yeah,
you
man.
need
I'm
to fix
working
your
for fun,
teeth.
but I mean it's a serious situation. I hope it's not true. I hope they can settle the situation. And obviously, some people just bring this up. Look at that shark teeth right there. He got two rolls, everything.
You know what I'm saying?
But they also say, look at that, man. The whole tooth print is in there. There's no way, man. That's
Lord
real.
have
That
mercy.
can't be real.
Shouts out to TMZ Sports bringing us
Uh,
the real breaking news right there.
I mean, but you also know people bring up cases so they can settle out of court, right? Just for money, a money
Yeah.
grab.
Yeah.
Right. We're gonna press charges. We're gonna do this. Okay. His agent probably says it's best to throw some money at it and let it go away. for all those different things. So I don't know, man. Heather's cold blooded.
Hey,
I
Marvin
see
going
that.
in.
I see that.
He said, "Listen, you said you came straight out the gate, 16 games. You didn't say preseason. You didn't say
No.
just the first 2. You said, you know what?
She
If we
said,
don't
let
make
him
the play,
be
if we
the
don't
whole
make the,
season except for the last 2 to get ready for the playoffs. It's cold.
Rowan is asking, is Puka a franchise wide
Yes.
receiver? Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yes, he is. That's why we having this conversation, because again,
Yeah.
this is bad optics for someone who's getting ready to sign a contract.
Well, I mean, if these allegations were against, let's play the GM role. If the allegations were against one of your players or against you, do you franchise tag him, or do you give him the max under a receiver? Which the max right now, I think, what Justin Jefferson he makes him with 21 million a year, somewhere around there. Puka's numbers are better than his. Do
They
you
really
pay him
are.
that much?
They really are.
Do you? I mean, if you're GM, what do you do? This allegation comes up. Do you pay him now, or do you say, "Hey, we got to go back to the negotiation tables because this is a black eye"? You might be suspended for several games. We don't know. So, do we need to give you all that money right now?
Yeah, Justin's making 35.
Oh, 35. Excuse me.
Yeah, but let's get these numbers right. JSN is at 40. Good Lord, 42.
Yes.
Goodness.
He just
For
got
4
paid. Though. He
years.
just got.
Yeah.
No, he just got paid. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
162 million or something.
So Puka's gonna be in that level because he's been the top performing receiver in the league. So he's looking somewhere between the 42, let's say 42 and probably 38 range. Period. And you're in California, so this is odd that this comes out because now you got to be able to. GM's gonna have to come back to the negotiation table with the agent and say, "Hey, we don't know if we want to pay him that much, based on maybe suspension or whatever maybe come up."
So
it's gonna affect his money regardless.
Yeah. So let's do this, because we kind of alluded to this, and kind of what Reggie was saying right there, right? This media is hard to what do you say? Media is hard to believe. And Heather, you brought it up as well. We've talked about stories before. So again, like the picture on the Dodgers. Is this another money grab from the other side? And should this turn out to be false? Let's go down that hypothetical. Should this be something that somebody is co-conspirating like they did with our head coach over in Michigan?
So I have a thought on that.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah. Go.
So Trevor Bauer, I think is his name or something, from the former pitcher for the Dodgers.
Yep.
So my thoughts are, if he's going to be he was released from like 190 something games that year, and then sued, right? Like, what my thought is, whatever the penalty is that man was supposed to face, whether it's jail time or finances or whatever, if the woman lies, then the penalty of that should be on her. It shouldn't just be like, you've been in and out of court, you got lawyer fees, and that's taken care of. Or maybe like Trevor sued, some of the media outlets and that girl, I think her name was Lindsay, for a couple $100,000. I mean, I don't think that's enough for defamation to go to miss a season of your sport, your profession, and be dragged through the mud. And some people will always think that maybe he did it no matter what. That's horrible. So I think whatever penalty the man was supposed to pay in that moment, jail time, whatever, that goes to the woman if she's caught lying.
Yeah, I think that's hard, but that's going to be hard, right? Because that person's not worth that kind of money, right? I'm suing you, Heather, for $1 million, but you don't have $1 million. So I think that's going to be hard.
Work that off.
I do believe, though, you're right. I think if you're going to lie and defame someone's character like that and make allegations such as these to kind of destroy their character and destroy what they worked so hard to become, and we find out and it's investigating it's a lie, there needs to be a high punishment threshold. Like,
yeah.
Monetary, maybe jail time, maybe some others, some. It has to be something that sends a message that people shouldn't lie on these athletes and entertainers just to get a quick payday.
I mean, they're still men. They're still people. They have families, wives. Like, they're still people. Yeah.
They got again, just kids. They got a big influence on kids and people in their community, what they're trying to do. And I think everybody thinks that their money, that all the money they supposedly have, or we see on paper, that they actually have that much money. As you can see, they don't. Odell Beckham just was made 100 something. He's broke now. He's filing for bankruptcy. So that he's going to sign for $40 million a year, but he doesn't have $40 million for you to try to take and for you to be opportunistic to try to sue them. shouldn't be. That's not
Yeah,
fair.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
So I
that's
don't know what
business
the punishment be,
101.
but it does need to be severe. Yeah, it needs
Yeah,
to be
that's
severe.
business 101. A lot of folks don't understand that, right? And just because you signed for 42.5 million, you're not gonna get that day that day.
No,
There's,
and you're not getting, and you're not, and this, Uncle Sam taking his half, and then you got a lot of people to pay out. You have a lot of people to pay out that negotiated that deal. So there's a lot of money going on, not only to agents, to lawyers, to accountants, to the state, and so on and so on and so on. The people that got to pay off. So it's a lot of money to us, and it is a lot of money to 90% of the population. But then in retrospect, then he's not going to be taking home $42 million a year. In retrospect, after it's all done and said, he's going to be taking probably 25% of that after everything's done and said.
Yeah, yeah. Reggie said, yeah, most media outlets suffer zero consequences for BS, not just in sports. Everyone that's involved when it comes to money. I want to handle your scandal. Listen, we on so many places. Appreciate that comment right there. On the main channel, we blowing up. We doing good. I appreciate you coming in. I see where you're coming in from. You're coming in from another channel that we just launched. Yes, tell somebody. You say you're gonna try to help handling your scandal. Come on, do your thing, because we over here talking real talk, and we appreciate conversation. I just had to interject and put that in there. All right, so let's move on to the next thing. We didn't beat this horse. Hopefully that's not a bad statement. Can I say it? AC,
Animal cruelty. I mean, Peter might come after you, but we good though.
I've heard Morgan Freeman say it. I think so. I think you're good.
There you go. Then we're gonna be all right. See, again, we got now. You starting to know me pretty well, ladies and gentlemen. We got some new segments that we about to launch here. AC that came through and is whipping me and Montel into kind of a proper show format instead of just two guys riffing. And tonight we're going to go ahead and launch a different segment today. This is just one of them. Y'all tell us what you think. If you like it, it's all her idea. If you don't like it, it's still all her idea. But, give us some grace as we jump off into this here. Let's get it going, y'all. AC said the numbers don't lie. Y'all see them graphics, boy. Okay. Let me stop again. might have to go out and give me another job as a graphic artist. I wonder if anybody from the corporate world is listening right now.
But numbers don't lie.
AC, right? What you got? Numbers don't lie. Break it down what this is all about, because again, this is one of your brainchilds.
Yeah, I was just thinking, let's have a little weekly segment that can rotate around. I was like, what about some statistics that maybe our viewers haven't heard or people aren't talking about? Sports related, whatever, just open-ended, but some stats, some numbers that maybe are interesting. Over the weekend, maybe some of you viewers out there already know this. I did not. But over the weekend, I went home to the Bay Area, where my Niners are from, and I was hanging out with my brother from another mother who's Asian. And his name is Robbie. What's up, Robbie? And I was hanging with Robbie, and I was thinking, because we're talking March Madness, how many Asians are in the NBA? What percentage of the NBA is made up of Asians? And so, just curious, if you had to think about it, what was that number? And I was way off. But I'll just tell you. But the number, according to AP News, hasn't really changed since 2021 to now, but it's 0.4. So 0.4% of the NBA are Asians. And I was like, where are the Asians going? What are you guys doing? I feel like there's 4 billion of you on the planet. What are you doing? And I was like, you're probably on the Dodgers team, most likely. That's where you're going. But
Lord have mercy. There she goes.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's great. Yeah, that's actually a good staggering number, especially to do with how big the NBA is in China, right? We always see them tour over in China all the time. All the NBA players go over there during the summer. Stephon Marbury is a legend over in China.
Yeah.
Former NBA player. So that's really, man, I would think with Hachimura, who identifies as being half Asian, half black for the Lakers. And then you had you have a sprinkle few here and there, but you're right. I never even thought about it. There is not a lot of Asians in there. I think Jeremy Lin was the biggest phenom. Him and Yao Ming, right, were the two biggest
Yep.
phenoms
Yeah, I mean,
that were there. Yeah, Yao Ming
I think the
were the two
Warriors.
phenoms.
Warriors had Townswood.
So let's see.
something
I
like that.
pulled
Yeah,
up the
there's a couple. I mean,
the
it's,
names.
it's pretty.
Who we got? So Yuta Watanabe for Memphis. Jalen Green on where did he play for? He played for Phoenix.
Mhm.
Jordan Clarkson on the Knicks.
Yeah, he's half Filipino. Yep.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Rui too. Rui Hachimura. Come on, for the Lakers. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
cheer too much for the Lakers, but Rui's he's a bad dude. Yeah, we mentioned Jeremy Lin, Wang. I'm gonna mess up his name. Old school played for the Spurs though. You know, I'm not even gonna try it. I'm just
Okay.
my man Wang right there. Yao Ming, obviously. Come on.
Yeah. Which
And it all started with my man Watt Misaka. God, I keep messing. I'm gonna have to get
yeah, man,
better on
yeah,
his name. I barely know
the
your
crazy
name.
part about it, that's a great segue because we already know the NBA is about to do expansion, right? To Seattle and Las
Yeah.
Vegas. Seattle,
Let's do it.
huge Asian
Yep.
population, huge cultural in the Asian population. I think that's a great staggering stat to bring into. And also, I believe Nintendo's going to put a bid or help put together a bid to help try to buy the Sonics or buy a piece of the organization.
Hold on, man. Hold on. That's breaking news. Is that right?
It's not breaking news. I think they already said before that they wanted to be involved. I believe in it because Nintendo has a big hub base. I don't know if they're still in it. This was a while ago. Remember when we were first talking about it? Last year?
Yeah.
I know Nintendo was, but I believe. I mean, that would be just huge, right? I mean, if you go into a huge populated community that has a lot of Asians that love basketball, Seattle's gonna be bringing it back. Hopefully, they can bring more Asian players over now with the expansion of the league because there's gonna be more players, right? And it's gonna be more players for G League and all that good stuff to come over. So hopefully they can merge a little bit more, merge a little bit more and bring that population over, as well as now all these other players. So great. I mean, anybody got 7 to 11 billion laying around to go play?
What you saying? And I'm also laughing at my man Big Gene South Dakota over here. He says Scottie Pippen seems half Asian. I'm gonna leave that. I'm not gonna get in trouble.
I don't think Scotty is, but there's some Cassis out there definitely. And then Kenyon Martin, he getting in trouble for having Chinese writing on his arm.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah, not saying
him and Jeremy Lin was going at it for a little bit. But shout out to Jeremy Lin, man. He's now on NBA Today. Did a great job commentating today. As a guest host. So,
okay. So let's bring the social impact side of this and talk a little race relations, because that's kind of what we like to do as well. But we like to do it respectfully. Why is there only 4% or 0.4%, right? I mean, we know obviously that we dominate, the African Americans, we dominate that, but that number is dwindling. We seeing more Cooper Flags that can get up there and do the thing. We seeing a lot more other cats so every school campus that I go to, I see more Asian kids out there hooping at all of 5'5", 5'7", because Jeremy Lin was all of he's 6'3". Damn, he's tall.
Yeah, he's tall.
Okay, yeah. But again, and not being stereotypical, I'm just saying they can hoop. How come we're not seeing them make it through the G League, make it up to the actual league and things like that? Your thoughts?
I think there's two things with that. One, actually the physical attributes, right? If you're not a certain height, certain weight, you can't make it, regardless of how talented you are. It'll be 1 out of 10 million to make it like a Muggsy Bowles. That's just not happening, especially with all the analytics and everything go. You're never gonna have that. Yeah. So I think the physical attributes is one, and I also think as a community, as a society, and as a culture, they focus on different things when they get to a certain point. Like when you get to high school and they go to college too. They don't go sports is our thing to get us into college. They utilize, the opportunities to become doctors, lawyers, engineers, and all that stuff to go college because their culture really presses on that from where they come from where their home and their ancestors. Where us, the opportunity for us has all kind of been sports, right? And that's ingrained in us, in our communities, African American communities. We got to make it through sports. We got to do it through sports. So I think it's those two things that kind of negate where there's not a lot in the NBA or anything like that.
Plus, I would say to piggyback, I agree with Montel 100%. And I would say to add to that, I was looking up what sports do they statistically have where they go, and it's
Hmm.
like table tennis and like combat like martial arts.
Yeah, and
And
they're dope in
so
table
so
tennis.
what Montel was what?
Table tennis, they yeah. I love watching it when they play ping pong. That's yeah,
Yeah,
amazing.
and
Yeah,
like combat sports, right? And so like taekwondo, jujitsu, karate. And so to what you're saying, I don't know that there's really like a big field for that in college, in collegiate
mm,
opportunities. So if they're going to do collegiate sports, they're going to go that's not what they're doing. They're going academic or, musical or whatever arts. So to piggyback on what you're saying, that's where they thrive,
yeah,
like big time.
yeah. I agree. I agree 100%. I think it's just like I said, the cultural thing. I think it's a cultural thing. They're just brought up a little bit different than we are, especially even ones that are Americanized. You know, they come here, they're second generation, third generation. There's still the pressure of
Yeah.
having really good grades, going to college to make sure you get your degree.
Hmm.
Sports is not a really big emphasis. I think probably soccer. They're pretty prevalent as well as soccer. Probably, I believe. I wouldn't doubt there's some in the professional soccer realm, but not very many. NBA is asking a lot, man. I mean, a point guard now is 6'3", 6'4". There's
Yeah.
not very many 6'3", 6'4". I haven't seen. I mean, I'm sure they're there. I just haven't seen them walking around. Asians walking around.
Yeah.
It's there. Um, and then baseball, obviously, they're in baseball they're really good. They're there. Japan, but I mean, we could say the same thing in that. That's all taken over by Afro Latino, and that community is all
Latino.
is baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
the Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominican Republic, and all the Afro Latino area right there, they're really prevalent in the baseball world. Where
I love
African
it.
American men and white men are kind of phasing out of baseball. They haven't been to face baseball for a long time.
And why you always got to talk
Um,
about my baseball? You see, I'm wearing my
yeah,
my
well, I'm just
baseball. You're always talking,
it,
always negative about baseball.
no, I think baseball is great, and I was going to talk to you about a theory
You
about
ain't never
baseball
said
too.
that
About
before.
baseball,
I'm gonna make sure I record that. Say that
you
one
can.
more time.
There's a theory about baseball I have because there's one thing about baseball that they've done very, very well,
Yeah.
and that's the structure of their farm system. The
Yeah.
structure of their farm system, where
Oh,
they do
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
where they bring them on up is perfect. And I believe, hear this from me here first, I believe the NCAA, the way it currently is, should follow that structure. If we're going to be bringing kids in this portal and doing it this way, doing the way
Mm.
they do it, instead of doing it that way, why don't you take a note from baseball and follow the farm system, where Division One AA is your Triple A, Division Two is your double single A, and Division Three is your 1A. So people can go up and down playing in that system in the certain systems, and people can pull them up, and that way the portal's not so prevalent, right? I mean, it is, but it's not, because now you have the bigger schools that make all this money should be
Mm.
able to give money down to the lower schools so they can have the best facilities to develop players to move on up. They can develop players to do the certain things, and now the money's shared across the board. We don't have Georgia just making $1 billion as a school. Georgia may make $1 billion, but guess what? They're going to fund one Division Two or one section of somewhere, so the school now can have money for coaches, facilities, and so on and so on. There's there's a correlation there that I think could be very, very successful if NCAA would take the time. But baseball has done a really, really good job of how they treat their farming system.
Of it. Yeah, that makes sense right there. I want to do this right here. Cupcake the Destroyer. No, listen, I'm not gonna answer for HC, but we
What?
wanted to bring this conversation up. Yes, Cupcake
what?
the.
I don't know about that quote.
You
That's a
know, we,
weird
we, we
comment.
appreciate you for jumping in and putting a comment in, but I'm not gonna speak for AC. No, man, she couldn't hang out with us if she was. Listen, we
Yeah, yeah.
so there we go. Let's see. Rowan is asking the guy Zach Levine. He Wikipedia doesn't show how he identifies, but he over here now in Sacramento.
Zach
Yeah,
Levine's in sack. Yeah, he's
yeah,
not
he
in
over here.
Minnesota.
We trying to win. We trying to what is it? Hit the what is it? Light the beam. We haven't
He
lit the
trying to do
beam in a
something.
while
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Westbrook he okay. I don't want to bob and deviate too much, but Zach Levine not sure, but yeah, he's over here in Sac now. Appreciate you for the comment though. Appreciate the comment. Listen to Mr. Stone over here talking about an elite live stream. Thank you, brother. I'll follow your lead.
Appreciate it.
Follow your lead. Tell
Mhm.
somebody something. Actually, my man there, Chris Stone, hosts the Gray Mains podcast talking about them Detroit Lions. HC, I'm not sure how you feel about the Detroit Lions. I know again you were all San Francisco, but that's what I was looking for right there. That will be the thumbnail, ladies and gentlemen, for this show. I thought it and you did it, so I love it. Appreciate you on that one. That was a dope little segment. Okay. That was a dope little segment. So that was Numbers Don't Lie. We got a handful of other variants to this that we'll get into as well. But y'all put in the comments, let us know how we did. Again, give us some grace. I thought it was dope. But
Yes, indeed.
VJ. Who's VJ, man? Y'all think about VJ?
Okay. Vegas? No. I was like,
No.
Vegas, the other area the basketball team might go.
Yeah.
But that's
Remember, man, Rohan, we talking about Asian players in the NBA. Don't be switching leagues on us. Don't be talking about somebody that's playing some other sport. Don't be talking about lacrosse or something. See, and here we go with the Eagles. Okay, it's time to move on.
Go Eagles.
It's time to move on. I want to back up and go back a little bit more into this NBA expansion, though, because we touched on it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So do you think? Oh,
yeah, no, go ahead, because I'm trying to figure out how I want to position this.
do you think they'll go back? Seattle will go back to the Supersonics, ditch the Thunder name, take back their old name. Do you think that'll happen? Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
So
I
hope
think
so.
Okay.
I'm nostalgic for that. I hope so. I want to see Sean Kemp come onto the court and open up the first game. We haven't lost Sean Kemp, have we?
And
He's
I
still
hope
alive.
I hope Gary Payton's on the staff. Whoever they hire, I hope he's because Gary Payton's coached college
yeah.
basketball before. I hope he's someone on the staff of the Supersonics. If that's what he wants to do, obviously, to be on the staff of the Supersonics. Kevin Durant's already said he wants to end his career as a Supersonic, which is great. That means when his contract's up with Houston, he's gonna go over to Supersonics to retire.
Yeah.
Gary Payton, GP3, the son of Gary Payton Senior, wants to play for the Supersonics. He already let the Warriors know. So I think Seattle's got a very rich history with basketball, and I think their fans are just going to go ballistic once they start and once they have. I just think they got to put a few things in sight. But first thing, who's going to buy the franchise?
They were so close last. So okay, that's part of the story that I want to talk about. Yeah, that's a story in of itself, and that's dope. Again, Supersonics bring back the old colors, bring back the old players. That town needs basketball. Forget football, forget soccer. That town needs basketball. This Las Vegas team, Montel, you saw this in the tea leaves in terms of ownership probably years ago. And I want you to let HC know and tell the new folks that are joining, this right here is becoming a reality in terms of a team possibly going, because they had the meetings actually earlier today. They said they're going to pursue having the conversation. It's been narrowed down to Vegas and to Seattle. The ownership for Vegas includes who?
The Oakview Group.
Well, LeBron wants to own it.
There we go.
I know he's had conversation. He wants to be an owner of the league. But Magic Johnson was in Las Vegas yesterday and today, discussing with the mayor about how him and his team, his partners can buy the team. So Magic Johnson's probably gonna have a stake in it. I think Mark Cuban's gonna make a go at it as well for Las Vegas. It only makes sense. He said he wants to get back into ownership.
Yeah.
The guys that just bought Dallas aren't selling. So the next best thing is, why don't Mark Cuban just go ahead and buy or put up a big to be the majority owner for the Las Vegas. So there's going to be a lot of big hands. And I think the Vegas team is going to have a lot of familiar faces, people with a lot of money. I think the Mark Wahlbergs of the world is going to probably have a minority stake in it. Probably the 50 Cents, the Floyd Mayweather, they're all going to have a small stake in it. But I think the big bodies who's going to own most of it is going to be, I think, between Mark Cuban, Magic Johnson groups, and whatever group LeBron and Rich Paul put together to go ahead and make the mainstay to be there. But my question would be for even more people on that whole thing is, LeBron's at the end of his contract this year with the Lakers. Does he say, hey, I'm going to go play for my team that I want to own, Las Vegas, to get that, the fan base riled up, to get people all involved, because everybody's going to go want to see the King, especially on his farewell tour. farewell tour
Yeah, say that
as
4
he's coming
times.
close to retirement. Yeah, as he gets close to retirement. I mean, think about it. He leaves in Las Vegas, but everybody and their mama's gonna want to go see him before he retires. I mean, that just sells out the arena every home game for one. And he obviously sells on the road, but that makes that economy just boom and shows how much wealth that organization will be. Plus, I think he'll bring his sons. His younger son that says Arizona State's
Oh,
going to enter
yes.
the draft.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't play, he was a red shirt. They talking about he's going to enter the draft, and then I think he's going to bring Bronny with him as well. I think it's going to be a family affair when it comes to Vegas. If he becomes owner, absolutely, I think it's going to be a family affair.
HC, let me ask you, are you cool with that? We've talked because we've talked about nepotism before. Are you cool with this whole story that is unfolding? How Montel is saying Bron is he's the GOAT right now. Right now, he's not my GOAT, but he's the GOAT. He's number one in all the things. He's playing. He can say where he wants to go and do what he wants to do. He says, you know what? I want to own this part of this team. I may want to go over there and play for this team as my last go around the country. Oh, let me bring my 2 kids over here too, and let's play with the kids. Are you cool with literally someone having that much power over
Uh,
the decision making for a large franchise like
yeah, in sports or in film and television or just a construction company, I think if your child is qualified and they can make the team, get the part, run the company, then why not nepotism? I have 2 kids. I hope that if I build something amazing and they're qualified to run it, then why shouldn't I be able to hand it to them
Hmm.
or give them the chance and the opportunity? Why
that?
not? What is that? If you're not qualified and they're handing it to you and they're stepping over people that aren't or whatever, then you can have that conversation. But why not? It's all about who you know and making it in a lot of different avenues, right? So why can't you know your parents and they can help give you that opportunity if you're qualified? Why not?
That's why she can hang out with us, brother.
Yeah,
Because we don't
I mean
see a
that's
problem with that as well.
isn't that the American way though? That's the American way, right? You
Right.
build something we buy houses because we want to give it to our kids.
Yeah.
We buy land because we want to hand it off to our kids. If you can own a business that's successful, why not be able to pass it on to your kids and your sibling? And do
Hmm.
it. The Spanos boys, the Spanos family been doing it forever. The Al Davis family been doing it forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, the Kraft family's been doing it forever. Jerry Jones has been doing it forever. It doesn't leave the family, regardless. It goes with the family, and you can say what you want to say, but it's okay. It's their business to give to who they want to at that point, whether you like it or not. And your president, he does the same thing. He does it with his family and his stuff. So it is what it is. I think I don't see any problem with it. I just hope LeBron gets an opportunity because that would be. You said you like the stories, James. That's a
Yeah,
story in itself. A
brother,
person that
that's
comes
the
from Akron,
story.
Ohio, comes out, he becomes one of the greatest basketball players ever, and now he becomes the owner of probably going to be the richest franchise of all of them when it's all said and done in Las Vegas in the NBA.
Let me ask you this. I
Yeah.
keep going down this rabbit hole. Hey, Tyler, I see your comments, man. Rewrite it because I don't understand what you were saying. I want to make sure that you are represented properly. Tyler T9M. I think you're coming in on the vertical side. So appreciate you for joining. But rewrite your comment. I want to put it up. Does Vegas have too much now? Or will they have too much? They already got the aces and they dope. They dominating.
Yeah.
They got the Raiders. They can't get right. But there's so much going on. Yeah. The strip is
A's.
the strip. Yeah, they got the
The
Lord,
A's
they
are
got
going to
the
be there.
A's.
Yeah.
Is that too much going on in Vegas to
No,
bring?
it's supposed to be the number one entertainment capital of the world of the world. Why not? You should all have all major sports there. They got hockey, women's basketball,
Yeah,
baseball. Now they're gonna have NBA basketball, WNBA football. They have everything. They got the Grand Prix that runs through Las Vegas too.
bruh, and I've been there. The
Forgot.
F1, yeah, the
Yeah, the
F1
F1
is
Grand Prix.
crazy. Yeah,
So
UFC
and the Super
fights.
Bowl, and I'm sorry, they already announced the Super Bowl's gonna be there in the next couple of years in Vegas. So the number one, and I think it should be there every year. To be honest with you, I think the Super Bowl should be there every year. That should be their destination where they're gonna land because it can accommodate everybody
Good taxes.
that goes there.
yeah,
Yeah, no tax. Yeah, exactly. The players will
yeah.
love it.
Players, I can
But
say
I'm saying
our
Las
travel
Vegas can
arrangements
handle.
would love it too.
Yeah, Las Vegas can handle that and more. I believe they can handle anything that comes that way, and I think it's going to be a big draw for them to revitalize the city. Right, if the NBA's coming there, You know, they're taking a dip because everybody can gamble with in their pocket now. They got a casino in their pocket right now. They can do it. So I think the gambling part is starting to take a hit, but the entertainment value part is not. And I think that would be great for the NBA and whoever else wants to come there.
Yeah, it'll be nice bookends for the strip too. So you'll have Allegiant Stadium on one side with the Raiders, and then if
Mm.
you move the stadium, which is looking like over by Fontainebleau on the far, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but on the other side, I think the north side, then you'll at
Hmm.
least bookend the strip. You know,
Yep.
Fontainebleau wants that.
HC,
Yeah.
worry about that.
Yeah.
Fountain
And
Blue.
the old
Okay.
strip, the old strip will boom
That's where
from
I
that. The
stay.
old,
You know,
Yeah,
I'm over there, Fremont Street. You know, on Fremont
yeah,
Avenue.
yeah,
HC over there,
the old
Fontainebleau. You know.
And you also you also got to think it's going to give them another real estate boom, right? Building new homes because that's going
yeah,
to bring a whole new revenue stream because the A's and the new Las Vegas NBA team is going to be there. That's going to do that's going to be a big construction phase is going to go in not only for the stadium but for housing. I think it's going to get rid of all that housing by the stratosphere, all that kind of that lower
Yeah.
level there because
That's
there's
where I
going to
was
be
going, right? Because
yeah, yeah.
I go to Vegas once every month, right? Out of a year, right? So I'm there multiple times, and I don't even stay on the strip because I know I stay outside of the strip, and around the strip is, for folks who don't know, it's not glamorous. It's definitely middle to lower in terms of
Hmm.
income and access and things of that nature, because unfortunately folks have either gambled, whatever the situation is. I worry about the traffic just because of all the things that are going on around there already. If you got a major event, like a major technology event that I go to every year in January, if CES, the Consumer Electronics Show, is going on, that takes over the whole strip, and you got a
Hmm.
major sporting event going on, or you have something going on with F1. F1 shuts down the entire strip.
Yep.
The entire strip is closed off, barricaded off, and they turn into a racetrack. So I mean, I just worry about congestion from that perspective, and then how are the little people going? I'm worried about the common folk. I normally don't worry about the
I,
common folk.
Aw.
I think they're gonna be okay,
Aw.
man. I think the common folk will be okay, but I think like everywhere else in this world, you're gonna have to figure out a way to adjust, right? Yes, in
Mm,
California, we have to
mm,
adjust. You know, and just take the Bay Area alone by itself, super duper expensive.
yeah,
Jobs are been saturated, but people have to figure out a way to adjust. I think those people will figure out a way to adjust in Las Vegas, like just like everywhere else. But I do believe, as long as the mayor is involved and the people that are building these new things that are there are involved in placement and giving more jobs and making bigger things happen in Las Vegas, I think they're going to be okay because everybody wants to be there, especially once it's finalized and it's a kickoff, right? It's a kickoff to kind of get it done. I think things will be awesome. Go ahead.
right, yeah,
After after 2028, if this is all said and done, the A's move there, and then they get all the teams all in basketball. I think maybe they're going to need a separate private airport because they're going to have a backup on the private jet platform.
See, that's a reality too,
Uh,
right? You just think
or
about.
or they're going to extend the airport, right? They'll put the airport. They'll have a private airport next to the major airport, McLaren, or whatever. I think
Yeah.
bottom line, whoever when they come there, it's going to be an economic boom for them again.
Oh yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
It's going to be a boom.
Yeah.
So I think with all those things being there, they're going to have new stadiums. I think the All Star Game NBA will probably go there now, since they're going to have a new arena for the NBA. All those things are going to kind of just energize Vegas again because Vegas has been not going down, but it's been kind of the stabilized or not going the way they anticipated. This is just going to give them that energy boost that they've been, just like SoFi did for Southern California. These things are going to do for Vegas, big time.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Um, yeah,
employ a lot of people, as James is looking out
yeah,
for the
You
common
know what I'm
folk. There's
saying?
gonna be a lot of new job
Yeah,
opportunities.
I normally don't look out for the common folk. Y'all, folks who know me know that, but I'm looking out for the little man. All right, I don't want to get in trouble again.
Can I just add real quickly?
Yeah.
I was thinking about Seattle and them having a team, and I was wondering why the city couldn't afford to keep the team in before they left. And I was wondering, like, why couldn't you build a new stadium? I think they were like asking for like 500 million. I'm like, well, why couldn't you? And then I was like researching, and I realized because that was so close to them doing the Seattle Seahawks stadium
Mm-hmm.
and the Mariners, like all within
mhm,
like
And
maybe
they're
8 to
right
10
next
years,
to each other. If
maybe.
you haven't been there, they're literally in
yeah,
walking distance
yeah.
from each other. Yeah.
Oh,
They're
I've
right
been
across the
there.
freeway, right? You can see
Yeah.
Right
both on
across
the
the.
freeway, right?
Yep.
One's on the east side of the freeway. So, you're right. I think that, but I also believe that at the time Seattle didn't see the value in the Supersonics being there, right? They revitalized the stadium where the women's play right now to
Mm-hmm.
suit if a WNBA if an NBA team comes, which is great. But now I'm sure the new owners are going to be like, we need a new stadium. Now, hopefully, they're in a situation where like SoFi is, it's privately owned. It's going to be privately built. No city money, no taxpayer money is going to go. Some private investors are going to, and get it built, and then then they do their business that way, which is kind of the new wave to go. But I mean, all cities should take note that have teams from Seattle and San Diego, because once those teams left, you could just see it's just been a big crash. When the Chargers left, San Diego hasn't been the same. When Seattle Supersonics left Seattle, it hasn't been the same. So
Yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
they learn that the next time they get it, they can keep them.
Yeah.
We'll
Man,
see how the Bears do.
Oh my goodness! You
Yeah,
brought up the
exactly.
Bears. Rohan said, "How come
Exactly.
Salt Lake City doesn't have a team? Because you can't drink there, my friend."
They got Utah Jazz. What are you talking about? They have a basketball team. They got the Utah Jazz. They don't have football there, but and
Some
also I don't think you can have football there because I don't think that they have the sustainability of the audience to be able to draw what they want for football.
and there's also alcohol limitation. I'm just saying. Every time I go, not that I drink a lot. I'm just saying. There are
Get drunk before
limitations.
6, you be all right.
I mean,
That means you wear down by 9. Get drunk before you go in the stadium, and it's gone by the time the game is over. So you
uh,
good.
okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Rohan, we trying to answer your question, man. See, I'm trying to be sincere, and here go Montel with logic.
Got to be direct, man. Pop, 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 pop.
No, I'm trying to get you faded.
Mhm.
Before, at the game, he's trying to get you faded before the game. All
Yeah,
right,
man.
let's go ahead and move
Tailgate should
on,
be
man.
on. Tailgate should be popping.
Man,
Get drunk at the tailgate, go in the stadium.
That's it. So you can't drink on Sunday. That may have been the weekend that we were there. It was on a Sunday. Okay,
Oh.
I don't know.
You can drink. You can't drink in the public or buy alcohol. You can
That's
drink at the
terrible.
house or have something in your cup.
Hey,
Hey man, I'm just saying if you want to get faded, if you really want to get faded, you can get faded. So if
Always
they
find
did
a
have
way.
an NFL team, hey man, pour you a cup. I want most of our games to be on Monday night so we can get faded on Monday night. But if they're not on Monday night, pour that glass before you go and get it there, and buy your alcohol on Saturday to get ready for Sunday. You straight.
This man over here and already planned it out. It's almost like it's
system.
premeditated with you.
Hey, man.
Okay. Let's go into one last. I got two kind of stories. Two stories.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We want to get HC off before the kids break through the door, because we know that's gonna happen. She's already looking just to make sure.
They can come on the show. Put them on the show. They
That's
can come on
what
the
I
show.
told her before. I'm gonna do one football one. It's really not even a story, but I just want to ask you a question about this because we ramping up. That's all of our kind of favorite sport for the most part, except for mine, baseball. But everyone want to play. Everybody think they can play. Everybody want to start. Everyone thinks that they're the best on the team on the field. Flacco has won. Yes. Joe Flacco, he got a ring. Joe Flacco came back and he did what he needed to do a few years ago. Joe Flacco is now the backup, ladies and gentlemen, in Cincinnati. But he's putting all the other teams on notice, calling them dumb for not signing him as their starter. Is that cocky? Is that arrogant? Is that just competitive? What do you think of someone like
That's
a Flacco?
delusional. It's delusional.
Lord,
that's what it is. It's delusional. Flacco had his run. Don't get me wrong. He's great. But at this point in his career, he's a great backup. He's not a starter in the NFL right now. His body can sustain 17 games. It wouldn't. Let's be honest with it. Let's just keep it real. He's a great backup. Matter of fact, he's probably going to end up going into the front office or going into some type of administrative role when his career is all said and done because he's so knowledgeable and he's been around the game so long. But at this point, he is not a starting quarterback. Tell me a team when you think he can start for right now. Outside of the Jets, and he'll be broken in week 1, just like what's the name was. So tell me what team he can start for right now as a starting quarterback. Exactly. There's not one. Can't. So with that being said, I don't know where he comes up with these remarks and these comments. Maybe he's just trying to put somebody on blast to be frustrated, and going off what he did last year. But in all honesty, Flacco, I don't think your body could sustain the 17 game season. your QB IQ is always high, but if you were to go to a team and start, it would be a team that is missing a lot of pieces. So I think you would be hurt early because usually those pieces are offensive line and a running back. So I don't know why he would make that kind of comment, man. He should be happy just to even have a job in the NFL because, to be all honestly, he's taken away from somebody that they can develop
Mm.
with him being there. They're taking away from some young quarterback that can be in there and develop. No, he
You-
couldn't start for the Browns. He was already at the Browns and they got rid of him. He can't start at the Browns.
HC, is Joe Burrow going to listen to Flacco? See,
Man, I hope not.
We
So,
got
I mean,
jokes everywhere.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I agree with Montel. Of course, like he was good back in 2012, I believe, was the year that the Ravens beat the Niners in the Super Bowl. And so, congrats to him for getting that. But he's been
I
in
didn't
the
want to
NFL.
belabor it, but you had to say it. I just wanted to talk around it. But okay, go ahead. There you go.
I mean, like you can easily just like quickly rattle off 25 quarterbacks that are better than him currently. It's like
Yeah.
real fast. And he's older, like Montel says, he's like 40, 41, something like that. So
Yeah, he's
again,
41.
you're older. You should be, you should be happy that you've been in the NFL since whatever, 08, 09, something like that. He only won a couple years after being there. That's fantastic. He won Comeback Player of the Year for the Browns, I think. He's done Cardinals.
He said he can go. He
Maybe we're
thinks he
talking
can go
about
start at the
different
Cardinals.
things.
Yeah.
Oh,
He thinks he can go play and start at the Cardinals.
Chris trying to
yes.
put him on
Come
everyone
to the
else's squad.
NFC West. Come to the NFC West. Play for the Cardinals. Yeah, I take that back. Yes. Anyway, so
he's delusional. He's delusional at this point, man. I think that's just words talking. That's that clickbait that we always try to avoid. Him saying something like that gives him clickbait to put eyes on himself because he says something like that. Like, I'm putting on blast because I'm gonna make them pay. He's not even
Yeah.
gonna start for that team.
But that
So what are you
that
talking
shouldn't
about?
come from someone like him. That should come from someone like a Caleb Williams coming into the league, talking about he wants equity in the team. Right? Again,
Yeah.
a veteran who's been around, who's won, who's been kind of the mentor. He shouldn't be coming in calling other teams dumb for not selecting. That's why I wanted to bring that up. I could understand something crazy like this, delusional, like you said, coming from a Caleb Williams. Again, right out of USC, boom, thinking that he's gonna get. Ain't nobody had equity. This man think he's gonna get ownership in the team. Come on, brother.
But that was a smart move, though. What he was trying to do was actually very, very smart. It didn't work.
It didn't come off that way from the jump.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
He kept,
exactly.
all I was looking at was his painted fingernails. Nothing wrong with that. You know, if that's what you want to do. If that's what you want to do, fellas. But you know, that's all we were locked in on that. Okay. My God. All right. I had to bring that up. I can't find another story that I wanted. And it really wasn't a story. It was just a funny video that I wanted to ask you guys about. I'll bring it up next week.
Yeah.
So
I got one story I want to hit in, but it's gonna be a little bit heavy.
Okay.
Shout out, rest in peace to DeMar Travion Trey Reed, which we all know was a young man that was found hung at Delta State University. Back in September 15, 2025, last year. Still, corners ruled it as a suicide, but no cameras or no nothing figured that way out. They there's a lot of holes in that story. I want us to keep bringing light to the story because people need to understand. This young man was walking across campus about the day before homecoming.
Yeah.
Somehow, for some way, he was found hung from a tree in the middle of campus. People don't talk about it anymore. And the way it's sports related because it was right before homecoming. It was right before the homecoming game, the big game of the year, which he was looking forward to participating in because I believe he was part of the band. We need to bring more light to stories like this because racial things like this is still happening. He didn't commit suicide.
I've got a list
man.
of a number of the stories that we have broken or broached, and again, they're ugly, but they're reality, and they need to be talked about. And there still hasn't been. I'm still tracking them that haven't been solved or have fallen to the back page of the news. I will pull that out, and we'll start heavy next week. And we may have HC. We may have 4 or 5 that are heavy like that, and then we'll need you to come in with the new segment and bring us out of that trough. But that is something that we do have pride ourselves on, of keeping those lights lit for stories that have something to do from a social impacting of sports perspective, especially youth that have been either wrongfully accused, murdered, or whatever the case may be. So no shame in
Yeah,
bringing that up, man. Appreciate you.
just to continue with the story, it's funny because the police department says they have video evidence of what's
Hmm.
going on, but it's never been released. They've never been shown. And and all of us know, being on the college campus, there's cameras everywhere, right?
Mm,
Everywhere.
everywhere.
And this young man was hung. There was no evidence showing that he walked out there and he threw a rope, tied it not tight enough, and climbed up in a tree and jumped out of a tree. That would be all. That's video evidence if he was to be a suicide. And the part of the story that they don't talk about is there was another man hung the same manner, maybe I think like no more than like 60, 70 miles away. A
Yep.
transient was
Same
hung in the
same day or within a 24 within a
same
very
week.
short
So yeah,
period
well, I
of
think same with the week. Somewhere in the
yeah,
week within that same week,
yeah,
there was a transient
yeah.
that was hung as well. That was hung in the same manner, same way, and there has been no talk about it, no justice about it, no anything. Delta State's a great school in Mississippi, and I think, man, the family deserves somebody could continue to talk about it and deserves justice on that. So wanted our audience to know about that. Look it up. It was a hanging at Delta State. Just Google it. You'll see all the information that's there, and we'll go. And a guy that was in the similar was Corey Zukatis. He was a white guy that was hung in Vicksburg, Mississippi, which was not that
Okay.
far away. In the
Yep.
same manner, same exact manner. So someone was hanging a transient that was homeless, and then they went on campus and hung this young man because they look like it's the same type of style.
Yep.
And no one, we talked about it for a couple of weeks and it's died down. I just want to make sure we continue to shed light on it.
We will do that. Appreciate you, brother, for bringing that. See, keep me honest here, keeping us honest, keeping us where we
Well,
need to be.
we gotta
Hey,
make sure, man. We gotta make sure our audience deserves to know what's going on too. I mean, they
we get
deserve to
down and
understand.
dirty. We get uncomfortable. Hey, see what you got as we wrap up here tonight. All you paying attention
Oh
to
man.
is Fred Warner is back. That's all you are doing is
Oh,
looking at. Because I saw some
I
of your
love Fred
IG
Warner.
posts. I saw some of your IG. You just.
I
That's all
mean, he's
you
Might
not
be
do.
he's not
traded.
my husband.
He
My
might be traded
husband's
during this.
like number one, but
Yeah, Fred
hmm?
might be traded or during. They talking about he might be traded during
Oh
the
Lord,
draft.
you gonna start
No,
infighting here on the
I
show.
don't
no
know.
way, no. He just got his buddy back. He just got Greenlaw back. Like those two are gonna be just brutal back there, brutal. You're poking the bear. I see you. I see what's
I am
happening.
On
poking the bear.
purpose. On purpose.
I can't wait to see that duo. Oh my gosh. I think, yeah. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
We got to do an on-site at a Niners game.
Ah,
I'll think about. I'll work that out. I'll work that out.
they're playing the Chargers at SoFi Stadium this year, so
Yeah,
that should be
we may be there. Just so y'all know. Even though Sleep may
yeah.
be in the
Yes.
building for that
Yeah.
game. I won't run on the field. I won't threaten to run on the field this time, like I have this season. I've made that threat at various Super Bowls, like for the Rihanna one. Montel looked at me crazy. I was like,
What?
I was gonna do it, and I said, nah, that's probably not gonna be a good look. Probably not.
You
But
were at that Super Bowl?
no, we were supposed to go, and then we looked at the
The
airfare.
tickets.
Let me tell you
Yeah,
something.
the airfare tickets. That was
So we were invited again. We were supposed to be there, but didn't make it because we got that
yeah,
round
yeah,
trip. So
yeah.
Oh
That was
no.
above my pay band.
no,
That was above my pay band.
the
But that kind of
savings
price, I'm
and the
like,
way the
woo.
savings and the checking are connected. We had to have
It
conversations
wasn't
about that.
connected
But
for that one. Yeah.
we will definitely make this. We'll figure out how to get to this game for the Niners and the Chargers. Though we'll
Oh,
talk
we're
offline
going.
about that. She said it, y'all. There it
Yeah,
is.
she said it.
Montel, take us home, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Please send our prayers out for our soldiers that's over there at war.
Mm.
We lost some. I pray for their families. I hope they're dealing through this tough time. Hopefully they all come back home really, really soon. Us as a community, please check up on your loved ones. You have to, because the heat's kicking in right now. Summer economy's kind of losing its mind with the gas prices and everything. Please check on your loved ones to make sure they're a-okay. And then always get comfortable having uncomfortable conversations, because that's how we learn.
My goodness, boy, it sound good, huh? We out, y'all.
We don't tap out, we don't slow feet. Welcome to the grind. This team no sleep. Jane locked in, numbers so deep. Montel to hustle, head to toe, heat team no sleep. We up, we eat. Hey, 4 quarter pressure. Yeah, we don't know defeat. Hey, team no sleep. Block don't creep, talk. B-I-C, if you live this, turn up, repeat. It's James Montel, Heather on the beat. Team no sleep. We eat.